We have great food, a relaxing atmosphere, and activities for all ages. Tennis, swimming, and a playground. But the fun doesn't stop after dark. There's even a bar and an arcade. And if you aren't ready to go home yet, we've even got a spacious room for your comfort, complete with air conditioning, Wi-Fi, and a private bathroom. The Toucan Mall can also facilitate your event in our spacious conference hall. We also have a theater with films for the entire family. It's the Toucan Mall located in Amelia's Ward, Linden.
Alrighty, let's try it once more to see if we got it right this time. I know my busy operator there, she's like, man, she's like Flash Gordon. I can see her going one room to the next, one room to the next. No wonder she was one of the fastest women we had in Guyana. I'll never forget that. She blew my mind with all of these fantastic stories about what she used to do. And I promised that on my program one day when I'm there, that I'm going to have her on, and I want to let the world know what she was capable of doing, and she probably can still whip a lot of you who say you can run. You know, when I listen to her stories and I look at her movement, she probably can still beat y'all in her 200 and 400 meters and all that sort of thing. So, my dear operator, Miss Adams, congratulations, and I'm going to expose you one day on my program so that people can really know what you did and where you were and all these medals you won and how you you could have been one of our Olympians, right? Anyhow, very good afternoon to all of you, and wherever you are in Guyana, in Georgetown, in Essequibo, on the East Coast, on East Bank. If you're in Florida, if you're in New York, in California, if you're in Toronto, welcome to our program once again. And we have a very ordinary program where we talk about people's health and we talk about the different issues that affect our country and our people at times, and then we get into some questions and answers and some calls where we can try to help you with your medical issues. I'm Dr. Haynes, as you know. I'm just stranded like everyone else because of this COVID-19 situation, which continues to grow in our country. We're getting up there. We've gone over 125. I think we were at 130 or somewhere near of positive persons as they test. And I said it, the more you test, the more you'll find, because it's been there, you know. It just was not something that we were looking for, but you're finding, I'm finding, and we are advising those who we were able to find positive that they need to follow the rules. You know, you quarantine yourself or you protect yourself and protect others, and try not to spread the virus anywhere, because you really don't want an epidemic in our country. I can say epidemic because it'll be, you know, pretty much in our country there. It's a pandemic because it's all over the world, but we don't want it to happen in our country where we have to shut down again, and we already shut down, and there's threat about shutting down the whole country for a longer period if the numbers get higher. But the only way to find out really what is going on with the numbers is that you've got to test, and you've got to test quickly. You can't. We don't have enough testing stations. You know, I think that we need to have more testing stations, and we need to make it. We need to have a free test done. It must be a free testing process where persons can just go and get a test done, because many persons are not going to go to get tested because they have to pay for it. So if the government has, which I think they do, a testing program. If we have enough testing kits, we need to have in Guyana, we need to have about maybe 20,000 testing kits, 30,000 maybe, at least 30,000. We have over 400 and some thousand, nearly 600,000 people, you know. So we need at least 100,000 testing kits. And if we can test 100,000 people, and then we can have a better mathematical configuration per capita as to how many persons possibly can be infected if we have so many numbers versus so many positives. You know, um, I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with my dear country there, but we're kind of slow. We're not testing fast enough, and the time is dragging on, and people are they're displaced and can't get home and wanting to go and do things, and people want to open back their businesses and get back to normalcy. But the pace at which things are going, it seems like it'll be till the end of the year, you know, and it doesn't look good. And then I'm looking at the headline here, thanks to my tech guy Oliver, my assistant Oliver. He's really been on the ball, making things happen. He's really helping us to fulfill our obligations to the public and to meet the demands of the people. We're screening remotely, just like if I was there. So if you want to be screened or you want to be seen, I'm also seeing you remotely. So you can visit the clinic and or call and make an appointment. It's best to call and get yourself appointed. That way, because of what's happening there, you can be seen just like if I'm there, but I wouldn't be there. But we'll do it remotely, speaking with you directly, one-on-one, and all of that. We're going to screen you just like if I was there, connect you to the devices, and do everything to find out what's going on with you. We've been doing that, and we've been finding cases which, which unfortunately is not good for what we're trying to achieve there. You know, um, I was looking at the paper this morning. I was just getting to them. I was giving a reminder, but I've got the paper in front of me, the Kaicho News in front of me, Thursday's edition today, and I'm looking at it, and it's so disgusting. You know, Guyana's poor systems spell disaster for oil money. You know, Mingo altered Grove Primary School votes in favor of coalition. I mean, when are we going to stop cheating and lying and stealing and doing all these things just because you want power? Greed and power. Justice Singh doesn't think it's GCOM's role to probe claims of anomalies. And she's right. Coalition refused to sign off Region 2 recount results, and the results indicate that the coalition did not win the regions. I don't know what is the big deal? What is the big deal about you lusting for power or trying to hold on to power? If the people want you out and you out, you out. You come out peacefully and let's move on with the country. There'll be opportunities for you to get back in. If you lost the elections, then you lose the elections. But stop all this nonsense about rigging and stealing and padding votes and all this sort of thing. It's really disgusting when you think of it. Nonsense, man. Here's another one. Teen said he fled scene before friend killed female guard in the cemetery. What in the world is going on with these teenagers? What is really going on there? I mean, what kind of parents bring up children that want to kill people like this? These parents, look, you know what? Every person that is underage, like a teenager, that goes out and kills somebody, the parent should be arrested. Not only the teen should be arrested, but the parent should be arrested because you brought up the criminal. It's you who brought up the criminal. Okay, you can't make their minds, but did you groom him right? Do you know where they are at a certain time? This is not like a big married man going off on his own. This is a teenager still living at your house probably. Or if you're not a parent, then there's another thing, right? But I'm telling y'all, unless you bring back this hanging business, you can continue to have that problem. These people who commit crimes like that need to know that if I get caught, I'm dead. Then they're going to stop. All right. 8 presidential guards test positive for COVID-19. Well, I think that's just the beginning. The more guards you test, the more you're going to find. Because guess what? They all hang together. They all hang together. They all are in barracks or wherever they are. They all got to line up in the day to present themselves. They all got to work together. And before they were detected, they were with others. That is my point. You've got to do mass screening. Mass screening. If you want to really control what's happening here, you've got to do mass screening quickly to know what's going on so you can defend yourself and protect yourself from it. You know? Oh, let's see. Group highlights dire situation of over 200 Guyanese stranded in the US and the Caribbean. I'm one of them, and there's my dear doctor friend there too. You know? I am one, and I see them on the paper, stranded, can't get home. And my buddy here, Kelvin Sitaram. I flew with Kelvin on the same flight going somewhere. Now he's stranded somewhere in Miami. Can't go home. Let's see what else here. Let's see what else the headline says. Recount timetable looks out of reach. It is out of reach. Counting too slow. Everything is too slow in Guyana. Everything is too slow. Rigging to cling to power. Rigging to cling to power. Why you need to ring? Why you need to cling? Why do you have to rig to get power? The recount has already established the Mingo fraud. Oh man, my government is locking me out of my country. This is all the news here. Stranded family pleads for help. Now is the time for country first. And I know, I didn't read it, but I think I know where that is going. You lock your people out. You got your Guyanese people out there. The Americans are trying to fly their persons out of Guyana, but the Guyanese are not trying to fly their people in. Guyana would be a better place when we reject efforts to sink us. Okay. Coalition refuses to sign off Region 2 recount results, and I checked those results, and they got lost. They lost there, according to that. I mean, I don't have no favor, but if you lost, you lost. There's a picture of the lady who died. This is today's Kite Show news, my friends. I'm just reading what is on it, and you can pick it up at the newsstand, and you can see. You can see. I saw something today that was funny. Tuesday, May 19 was a sad day for Guyanese nationality, whatever that is. 20 persons arrested in Bartica for flaunting partial curfew. If you have a curfew, my friends, adhere to it. You can't do nothing about changing what it is there until the people who are responsible decide to do it, right? The quicker you adhere, the faster we're going to open up. I want to go back home. I know I'm out here and I'm working, but I want to go back home and do my work. Poetry competition. This is what I saw, right? This was really funny. Act against human trafficking. I guess that's what the poems have to be about, right? But here's the bad part. This isn't today's Kite Show news, right? Today is Thursday, May the 21st on page 12. But look what it says. Submit to the, whatever it is, deadline, the 15th of May 2020 at 12 o'clock. Today is the 21st, and this is in the paper today. Today is Thursday, May 21st. Deadline, May 15, 2020. That's gone already. That's 6 days gone. But the competition is still in the paper. If you had to put it in the paper, you want to at least cross that out and put another date or something, man. Don't make yourself look so bad. Don't make yourself look so bad, man. Don't do that. Aye. Police separate the thief from the cow. Must be an interesting story. Maybe the cow had the teeth pinned down. Maybe so. Really a joke. Ethnic relations probe Facebook rant. Complaint against furniture store. Okay. Look, just pick up the paper and read it. Orfanelli shies away from commitment to inclusive executive governance. I don't blame him. I don't blame him. When you had the power, you didn't want that. This is the problem. And this should be decided before you go into an election, not after the election, especially when you know you lost. Orfanelli shies away from commitment to inclusive executive governance. I don't blame him. I don't blame him. You make these decisions before an election, not after an election when you know you lost. When you lost, then you don't want to come together. It's okay, let you work together. No, no, no. You make a decision before. Listen, you know what? Let's decide to work together and let's go in this way or that way, right? Who gets the most votes will be the first leader or whatever it is. You make them decisions before you decide to go into election. That way, when you lose or win, at least you know what's going on. Don't wait till after election done then you do it. No. No, 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 no. No, no good. I wouldn't do it either. Citizens can now apply to government for COVID-19 public assistance. They can now, this is the 21st of May, you can now apply. Oh boy. Okay. Then they show you all of the altered votes that Mingo did. Man, why you do that, man? Why you do that? For power, your heart, you're committing that major fraud just for power? Come on, it's not worth it. At your age, it's not worth it. Not even at any age. Not at any age. You don't do them things. If you lose, you lose. You win, you win. You lose, you lose. All right? Okay. WHO reports most coronavirus cases in a day as cases approach 5 million. 5 million, the WHO. A whole lot of stories here. A whole lot of stuff. Anyway, I've seen enough. I can read it later. And we had the sports page, some joke thing, whatever. That's enough of the news. When you read what is happening in the paper in Guyana, you wonder sometimes, is this my country or not? Is it really my country? Why are we doing it to my country, man? It's a beautiful place. Let us be an example, not a laughing stock. Right now, we are a laughing stock. We made bad deals with the oil. We're trying to cheat an election to win. We made some bad deals. We've let me stop because it's not a political program, it's a health program, right? Anyhow, I have some concerns about this COVID-19 business because of this is my opinion. This is my opinion. We have many viruses out there, and I see them every day when I stream. Okay? I see reovirus, I see adenovirus, I see papillomavirus, I see the cancer virus, I see all sorts of viruses every day. And you're wondering if a vaccine is the answer, or some magic pill is the answer. The answer is in your immune system. The answer is in your immune system. You have got to build the wall, my friends. Don't let nobody fool you. All of it is a bunch of tricks. A lot of it is tricks, not all. A lot of it is tricks. It's your immune system. It's the body's defense mechanism that's got to protect you from these viruses. And besides that, people need to become more concerned about the way they do things. You want to go in the toilet and come out and don't wash your hand. Huh? You want to play with dirty water and come out and eat food. Huh? You want to go out there and work, wherever you work, holding all sorts of things and come home and pick up something and eat it. You want to pick your nose or put your hand where you don't belong. And then you want to go shake other people's hand with the same nasty hand. We have got to develop habits that are sanitary, that are clean, that are healthy. Because we are the ones that are spreading a lot of things. Let's forget the fact that this virus was man-made or was monkey-made or was bat-made or whatever it is. Look, if you build your immune system and follow some health laws, ain't no virus gonna bother you no place. I tell you that. Okay? It's your immune system and your habits, your eating habits, your dirty hygiene habits that causes us to have problems. You're coughing and your cough going on, the spit coming out of your mouth. It's going all over the place and you don't even put your hand in front of your mouth when you cough or you sneeze. You're sitting on a minibus with 12 people inside and you're going to sneeze in there and expect that when you sneeze, it doesn't matter who is around you. Take your shirt and put your mouth inside and sneeze in there or something. You know? Think about the other people around you. Protect them and protect yourself. And I have problems with wearing a mask all the time because you're breathing the same air you're breathing out back inside of you. I got problems with that. Don't keep a mask on all the time. Keep the mask on when it's necessary. When it's not necessary, pull it down from your nose and breathe air. Don't breathe in what you're breathing out. It's not good for you. It's going to make you more sick. You know? Because if you're infected, let's just reason a little bit. If you're infected and you're in quarantine and your family is around you and you put on the mask, I want you to think with me for a minute, right? We're not stupid people. We can reason. Most of us can reason. Some of us are stupid, okay? Some of us don't really think. We follow, right? Some of us are like robots. We don't use our brains. It's a fact. But we have the mask on, and we are infected. Let's just assume this, right? And I got mask around the place. Let me see that. What I did. Yeah, I got one. I got one here. Right? You got this mask on. Okay? And you're infected. And you're breathing out. And you're breathing in. And you're breathing out. And you're breathing in. What in the world are you doing? You keep reinfecting your bloody self. You're reinfecting yourself all the time with the same carbon monoxide you're pulling out, you're breathing in. You breathe out, you breathe in. Breathe out, breathe in. The same air you're breathing out, you're breathing in. The same virus you're trying to exhale, you're inhaling it back. Come on, man. Come on. Let us just begin to think. Use our brains. And if you're home and you're quarantined and you got to wear the mask, wear the mask. If you want to cough, you cough in the mask. But when you're breathing, you breathe out of the mask. If you want to sneeze, you pull the mask up over your nose and you sneeze if you want to do that. But then, when you're done, put it back under your nose and breathe. Because when you're breathing the same air you're breathing out, if you're infected, you're reinfecting yourself. Okay? I see people, and I used to do it too, you know. Here's a bad thing when you just follow, you don't really, you know, you see people driving with a mask, and you know, boy, everybody driving with a mask, and you put on your mask and you driving too. It's you alone in the car, what you putting on the mask for? It's you alone in the car. Eh? When you put it on, when you come on the car, and the car going in the face, we walk with the mask, and then when you get near people, put it on, maybe when they come in the free, you take it off again. Yeah, maybe viruses in the air all the time. Even if the COVID gone, another virus is going to show up. It's always in the air. It's viruses all the time. But to protect yourself from the viruses, my friends, your immune system is the key. Would you like me to say that in another way? I could if you would like me to. Build your wall. Right? Build your wall. How you build a wall? You take antioxidants. You take vitamin C. You take D3. You take lysine. You know, you take the things that can, you take echinacea, you take powder, you take the things that can enhance your body system. Right? And the more ammunition you put in there, the more difficult it's going to be for a virus to affect you. That's how it is. You don't need no vaccine to protect you from that. No, you don't need that. No, man. You just need your body to do it. God made you with a body that is awesome. The body can repair itself. It can. All we need to do is to put inside the body what it needs to fix it. That's all you need to do. Make sure you fine-tune like when you have a nice car, and I could imagine Oliver with his new car, right? Even if it's an older one, but it's a new one to him. When he get a chance, get a little rag and he polishing. He's peeping to make sure there's nothing up in the glass and wiping, right? You open the hood and you go and you checking the oil, you see a little oil spill, you taking the cloth and you wiping the oil, and so you are fine tuning your machine. You're protecting your machine. You're making sure your machine is ready. That's what you do with your body. You make sure that the body is ready so that when you get out there on the road, you're going to be careless now. You're armed. You're armed to protect yourself from the incoming forces of viruses and bacteria. I don't care who say what. Coronavirus been around a long time. Coronavirus been in Guyana a long time. Coronavirus been in America a long time. The strain maybe not a long time, but the viruses have been around a long time. SARS been around. It's still around. Rio virus been around. Still around. Adeno, all the time. All of them, all the time. And I can give you a whole long list of them. Right? We talk about the viruses. You don't talk about the bacteria. You've got some dangerous bacteria out there, and you know what? I think that a lot of what is in this virus is bacteria. A lot of it is bacteria. So when you're treating for a virus, the bacteria are laughing. Look, they're not even looking at me. Yeah. So you don't need to do antivirus. You do antivirus, antibacteria. Antivirus, antibacteria. That way, if you miss one, you catch the other one. Yes. Antivirus, antibacteria. Build the wall. Build the wall. Build the immune wall. That's what you want to do. That way, if something comes and it hits the wall, it bounces back. Look for the weakest link. Look for the other person who ain't got the wall built. If everybody build a wall, they gotta die. They can still be in the air, but they gotta go to somebody. They gotta do them animals or something, or them birds, because you built a wall and they can't penetrate you. That's what you gotta do. Never mind all the talk. Never mind all the hoopla. Build a wall. You know? When Mr. Trump was talking about building a wall, hey, let me tell you something. That man there, I think there's more to that man that we know. I believe there's more to that man that we know. As a matter of fact, I know there is more to that man that we know. That man is talking, that man like he's talking parables. And if you know how to read codes, the man is talking codes. He's talking like a guy, he's like a guy, these two, right? The man is talking codes. I don't know if y'all just really look at him or listen to him. The man is giving you some snippet things like take some bleach. Take some bleach. You think it's bleach you're talking about? It's not bleach where you know you're talking about. You know what you're talking about. You know very well. It wasn't bleach. It wasn't bleach. You know that it's clean. No, it's something else. I know what it is. I know what it is. But y'all believe it's bleach. You think it's something wrong with your head. The man talks in codes. But you got to know the codes. You got to be able to decode the code. Right? I mean, I'm not perfect, but we have some pretty good people like Oliver and myself and some others that we are there to decode codes. Yeah, you gotta listen and you gotta know, you gotta read between the lines, my friends. But my advice to you is to build a wall. Whatever you can put your hands on that's organic, that's natural, that is pure, that you will absorb. And remember, you get the nutrients from not what you use or eat or drink, but you get the nutrients from what you absorb from what you eat and what you drink. My friends, that's what you got to know. You get the nutrients not from what you take, but from what you absorb from what you take. Some of you taking everything good, but you're not absorbing nothing because inside of you is dirty, filthy, dirty, needs cleansing. Needs to detoxify. You need some cleansing. You need to remove some stuff. How can you build a wall on top of mud? You can't build a wall on top of mud. You've got to clean the mud out. That's why when they're building roads, you dig and dig and dig until they find what they need, what they're looking for. They take off all that stuff that would not be able to sustain and to keep the matter in place that they put in there. You've got to remove the sludge out of your system, and then you build a wall. You can't want to build a wall when you got muck in your system. Many of you are not successful at building your walls because you haven't detoxified, you haven't cleansed. Go to the clinic in Kitty, call them, get the right stuff to cleanse and detoxify your body. They're there. You can pick up your medicines if you need to repeat your medicines, call them. They're there. If you need to get something to detoxify, call them. They're there. You want something to build your immune system, call them. They're there. They're there. The other thing is that we lack so much nutrients in our bodies. I see it all the time. We don't even have enough minerals in our bodies. That's why our bones are soft and our feet or legs are crying out. The bones are too soft. The joints can't take the pressure, the weight. The bones themselves too soft. That's why you have pain. We're not eating right, man. We're not. And then the other thing is that we're putting too many chemicals in the foods and the vegetables that we grow. Too much chemicals. And talking about chemicals and talking about growing and talking about gardening, I want to show you something that we didn't do last week. We did it, but we didn't do the right thing because we got it a little mixed up, right? I want to show you the garden, the real garden that this patient of mine, who I said to you was ill almost to death. I want to show you the garden that she's growing. Take a look at it. Okay, what we have here, my friends, let me find the garden for you. What we have here is a whole lot of stuff that was planted, right? I gotta find it, man. I gotta find this thing. Wait, don't rush me yet, right? I gotta find this garden quick. This young lady and her husband put together some things that are so interesting. They're foods that you can eat, right? These are things that are planted like callaloo, that and pak choy and lettuce. No lettuce. The tomatoes that are there. And let me see what else. Man, I fall on here. Should have had this lined up, right? Okay. And this garden, I got it. In this garden, we have so many things that are beautiful, and I can't wait to see it. Pawpaw tree, right? They group up, they put pawpaw down. They have soursop, right? They have bora. Then there's black-eye peas. And then you have tomatoes. Tomatoes. Some people can't eat it, but tomatoes are nice. I love it in salad. And look at the thick leaf callaloo. Look how luscious it is. And you know what is good about this garden? They didn't use any fertilizer. None whatsoever. They use all the natural things to make this garden grow without putting any chemicals there. Sweet potato growing. And look what they do. They make boxes and put them in. Y'all are telling me you can't grow things because you got space and you got sand and you can't do this. This look like sand behind the box if you look at it. There's sand on each side of the box, and there's a box in there with soil. And in that box is sweet potatoes, right? And then sweet peppers. Sweet peppers. And they mix the soil. I don't know where they get the intelligence from. But they mix the soil according to the plant, and it's growing so nice and green. You know, sweet peppers. And then there's okra. Okra, I love okra in a dal. I love okra. Then there's more thick leaf seedlings, and then broadleaf thyme. Thyme is so beautiful. I love to smell it, you know. And then fever grass, lemongrass. When that begin to grow lusciously, you can't stop it. Look at it now, lemongrass. And then some pak choy seedlings. You know, when I look at what they have done as a young couple, I wonder, all of y'all sit on your fat whatever you call it, eating all day, laying down, watching television all day. What does the television do for your body? What does it do for you? Can it feed you? Television can feed you? It can't feed you. It can't feed you. The television can't feed you. You know? You sit down and you tush all day, doing nothing, right? And this young couple, and I know there are many others who are doing that. I spoke to some other persons who are doing it too, some elderly persons. But instead of you going to commit crime inside the cemetery, killing people and doing whatever you're not supposed to be doing, because you don't make them, you shouldn't kill them. Get some friends together, put your pocket piece together, and go in each other's yard and plant something. Plant something to feed each other. And who knows, maybe you could plant enough so you could sell and get some money. You know? I think some people are just too idle and like I said, I would bring back the national service. And if you ain't got a job nowhere, you're going in there and learn a skill. Seriously. Because we need to cut the crime in Guyana, man. You're killing innocent people for no reason. For no reason. I don't like that. It's sad. Some parent and the woman is I think is a security guard. And she has a family. Maybe children. Maybe grandchildren. Why? Don't you think? Don't you think about the person you hurt before you go hurting them? Don't you think of the fact that they may have others who will hurt when you hurt them? The laws are too slack in our country. If you commit a crime and you're caught, there should be no you don't go to court, you're passing through the court on the way to the gallows. That's where you need to end up. You're passing through the court on the way to the rope. At the end of the court is the rope, because we know you're guilty, you did the crime. So we ain't wasting no time, taxpayers' money and no time with you nonsense. You commit the crime, at the end of the we pass you through the court, yes. No, not guilty business when we know you're guilty. When you get out the end of that court, there's a gallows at the back there, or something to take your neck off. And then the crime will stop. Until then, all y'all who's supposed to be putting them laws in place are criminals, because you're encouraging the slackness. And I said it. I said it. Because if you didn't want it to happen, you put things in place to stop it. I'm sick of it, man. I'm really sick of it. Really tired of it. Innocent people losing their lives at the hands of idle, stupid idiots. Not considering that the people have a family and you didn't make them. You didn't create those people. They didn't come out of your womb. Innocent people going about their business normally, casually, doing whatever they do that's right, and you're there waiting to kill them. Lord help y'all if I sit down in a place where I could put them laws in place. You know? Anyhow, I got another video I want you to see, and then we're running out of time. We can take some calls if there's any. If you have your calls about anything to do with your health or so, you can call the number on the screen when it comes up, and you can tell the operator what your question is, and she'll get it to me and I'll answer it. I'll answer it for you. But we have a video I want you to see. I'm not sure which one it is, but all of them are good videos. I'll ask my operator to put it on, and then she can probably tell me what it is, because I can't really see it. But I know what we have, but this is in which order it's in. But she's going to play one for you that can probably make a little sense to you. So stay tuned, take a look.
Hey guys, good morning. Hope you all are doing well. Hope you had a good week. A couple of days back I was reading something and it was so simple, and yet it was such a powerful reminder, and I thought of sharing that with you. You know, in life there's some people who walk and then there's some people who run. But just remember, God gave the tortoise and the horse the same number of days to reach Noah's Ark. So in life there'll be challenges, there'll be ups, there'll be downs, but be rest assured you will reach your destination. You know, Jacob saw in Joseph a fine son. The 10 brothers saw in Joseph a useless dreamer. The travelers saw in Joseph a slave. And Potiphar saw in Joseph a fine servant. Potiphar's wife saw in Joseph a potential boyfriend. And the prison guards saw in Joseph a prisoner. But you know what? Every single one of them was wrong, because God saw in Joseph a potential prime minister of Egypt in the waiting. So I want to say this to you guys: be encouraged by what God sees in you. It does not matter what people see in you. What matters is what God sees in you. So there are a couple of one-liners that I absolutely love, and I have to share it with you, and this is how it goes. It does not matter what your age is, that's why he chose Abraham. It does not matter what your experience is, that's why he chose David. It does not matter what your past is, that's why he called Paul. It does not matter what your gender is, that's why he lifted Esther. It does not matter what your appearance is, that's why he chose Zacchaeus, the shortest one. It does not matter your fluency of speech, that's why he chose Moses. It does not matter what your career is, that's why he chose Mary Magdalene. So I just want to remind you that God sees great things in you. And I just want to encourage you with that. The best is yet to come. Have a great week, guys.
All right, that was just, I guess, a little motivational one that, you need a break from all the COVID stuff and all the bad news and all the killing stuff and all the political business. I have a concern. I have a concern for what happens coming out of this lockdown. I have a serious concern because nothing is going to be the same again. Nothing. Everything is going to be different. I'm going to be seeing patients differently. Even though I'll be seeing them, it'll be different. I'm seeing them now. I'm seeing patients now, but it's probably going to be like this for a very long time to come. And this is the future of medicine. I'll be seeing you, but I probably won't be there physically with you. I'll have someone there doing some things for me that I will be there to do for you, someone qualified that can work along with me. Okay. Like operator just told me we got something else here that I can show you, right? That's a beautiful one. This is the one that you need to see. What God sees in you is what matters. It's a good message. That wasn't the one that was played. See, I can't see what's showing. Everything is pretty good, I guess, and you can learn from it. But my concern is businesses are going to be closed permanently. The way we teach in school is going to be taught differently. The way we travel will be different. The way we greet each other is going to be different. I've been talking about the way we should greet each other for a long time. Don't shake anybody's hands. It's going to happen now. Mandatory. People are not going to want to shake your hands. I've been talking about this for years, but it's going to happen now. Right? People are not going to want to sit in places where they sat before, because the moment somebody coughs or sneezes, they're going to want to hide. People are going to be wearing masks. The mask is going to be on the face. It might not be over the nose. It'll probably be over the mouth. And the moment you set up to sneeze or cough, they're going to pull it over their noses. We got to prepare for this stuff, my friends. It's going to be like that. Nothing is going to be business as usual anymore. Nothing is going to be business as usual. So I think that we need to reprogram ourselves for what's to come. We need to do it, because it's not going to be business as usual. I'm telling you. And that's a fact. Jobs are going to be lost. Cars are going to be repossessed. Houses even might be repossessed. Because all those bills that are out there that you owe are going to have to be paid. The bank is not going to say, okay, take the house or the car. They're giving you some time now because of what's happening. But when that time goes up, they're going to be looking for those payments. They may modify it for you, but you're still going to have to pay it. They're not going to give you. They're not going to say, "I forgive you for so much because you weren't working." They're going to say, "Well, we may help you to extend your loan, but you still need to pay your loan." You know. So people, my friends, start thinking about each other, because you may end up right in your neighbor's house to have a loaf of bread. Love your neighbor. Be friends with your neighbor. Don't have enemies. You don't need them. Because your enemy may be the one that have to save you. The same one you look at that's an enemy, as we talked the other day, myself and Oliver, the same stone that is rejected may very well become the cornerstone. So don't make enemies, because you never know. That might be the stone that you need to build your house. That might be the stone. Now, this video that I want you to see is one that has to do with some of what I talk about. And then we'll have a few minutes to take some questions. But you can still call the questions. If you want, the number might be on the screen there. You can still call and I'll get the message and answer your message. If you have a health situation that you want to talk about or anything, you can still call. But I want my operator to show this video, because it's one that has a little bit of motivational stuff inside. The one that we talk about, what God sees in you is what matters. Not what man sees in you. What God sees in you. That's the one I want you to see, because many persons are saying all sorts of things. And they call you all sorts of names. And they do all kind of crazy things. But never mind those people. It's not what they see in you that matters. Maybe in some instances. But you need to carry yourself a certain way too. I see people walking around with men walking around with their pants under their butts. You know? Why? Why? Why do you want to show your butt to the public? Are you on sale? Is it for show? Are you trying to advertise something? Why? You got a pants? It belongs on your waist. If it's not on your waist, then you're in the wrong place. Don't be in public with that. You're in the wrong place. So my operator is going to show this video, and then we're going to have a few minutes for you to call and maybe give me a couple of questions, and then I'll answer it. What God sees in you is what matters. Look at it. It's very interesting.
Hey guys, good morning. Hope you all are doing well. Hope you had a good week. A couple of days back I was reading something and it was so simple, and yet it was such a powerful reminder, and I thought of sharing that with you. You know, in life there's some people who walk and then there's some people who run. But just remember, God gave the tortoise and the horse the same number of days to reach Noah's Ark. So in life there'll be challenges, there'll be ups, there'll be downs, but be rest assured, you will reach your destination. You know, Jacob saw in Joseph a fine son. The 10 brothers saw in Joseph a useless dreamer. The travelers saw in Joseph a slave. And Potiphar saw in Joseph a fine servant. Potiphar's wife saw in Joseph a potential boyfriend. And the prison guards saw in Joseph a prisoner. But you know what? Every single one of them was wrong, because God saw in Joseph a potential prime minister of Egypt in the waiting. So I want to say this to you guys: be encouraged by what God sees in you. It does not matter what people see in you. What matters is what God sees in you. So there are a couple of one-liners that I absolutely love, and I have to share it with you, and this is how it goes. It does not matter what your age is, that's why he chose Abraham. It does not matter what your experience is, that's why he chose David. It does not matter what your past is, that's why he called Paul. It does not matter what your gender is, that's why he lifted Esther. It does not matter what your appearance is, that's why he chose Zacchaeus, the shortest one. It does not matter your fluency of speech, that's why he chose Moses. It does not matter what your career is, that's why he chose Mary Magdalene. So I just want to remind you that God sees great things in you. And I just want to encourage you with that. The best is yet to come. Have a great week, guys.
and depressed and don't know what's going to happen, where the next meal is going to come from, the next job. If you're in that state, then there's hope. There's still hope. Once you have life, you have hope. And you can experience that beautiful life that you want if you believe that you can. You know? Some of us don't believe you can be anything. If you can't be anything, you're going to be nothing. Exactly. Whatever you want to be, just think it. And then whatever you think, do it. But don't think wrong and bad. Because then you might lose your life. Think good about each other and about helping one another and about making a contribution. Some of you are home all of this time and you've done nothing with this time. That's very sad. Nothing you've done. This time will never come again. It might be another time like this time, but not this time. Make the time that you have count. Make it count. This is the time when you should be thinking about what to do to create something, invent something, make something happen that's positive. Do some painting or some drawing or some manufacturing. Do something. I had a call from a friend of mine, a patient of mine actually, in the Turks and Caicos Islands, and this is the wife that was calling about the husband. He was so depressed and he was so down, and she said he was sitting on his hand on his table and he's not eating properly and he's just walking around like if he's going crazy. She called me. This is not long, this is a couple of weeks ago. She called me from Turks and Caicos. It's a true thing. And she said, Dr. Haynes, my husband, I don't know what is wrong with him. So I said, what is wrong with him? Is he sick? No, Dr. Haynes is not sick, but I never see my husband like this. What do you mean you never see him like this? What's going on? My husband is walking around like he's going crazy. He's sitting down and he's shaking his head and he's just pinching his skin and he's doing all kind of crazy things like if something is wrong with him. But when I ask him, he says nothing is wrong with him. He don't feel no pain, nothing. So what's going on with him? I said, let me talk with him. Put the phone on speaker so you can hear what I'm telling you. And I called him by his name and I started talking with him. And I said to him, look, you cannot change what's happening with the country, but you can change what is happening with you. You can change what is happening with you, not what is happening with the country, but with you. Think of how skillful you are. This is a very skillful guy. Think of the things that you do for people. You can't go out there and do it for them anymore because of the things that are going on now with the COVID-19. So do it for yourself. Do it for yourself. Get out there and fabricate those things for yourself. And I give him examples of toys that he can make and how he can make things now for Christmas and start advertising them because it's coming. Christmas is coming. He's a beautiful fabricator, very talented. I give him examples of designs because I've seen some designs and I used to fabricate myself, so I know. I don't want to tell you everything about me. But I spoke with him about it and I got this guy so high for the few moments I spoke with him, maybe an hour. I got him so high in his mind. The next day, the wife was sending me pictures of him outside doing this, doing that. I got the pictures on my phone. I felt so good. And she's thanking me for everything. Every minute she's thanking me for this, thanking me. But listen. Whatever you can do something about, you do it. You do whatever you can fix, you fix. Whatever you can't fix, you find someone who knows or responsible for fixing that, let them fix it. But it don't make sense you worrying and carrying it down the burden because you can't do nothing about it anyway. So what's the sense? What's the sense? You're home. You're home for nearly 2 months or more. My friends, take that time and be creative and make things, make toys, make food, make cakes, Practice on your skills and make yourself a better person. So when this is all over and you come out, it's like a brand new car, polished and ready. This machine is ready to roll. I've had time to reconstruct my vehicle, to reconstruct my thoughts, to reconstruct my life, to reconstruct my everything, my finances. I put myself in the position where I can now look at my finances and I can reconstruct my spending. I can reconstruct my spending. I can look at how I manage the income I have, or whatever it is. You take the time and make it work for you, my friends. Make it work for you. Because you cannot change what's happening out there, but you can change what's happening with you. Yeah, and he's just one of them. He's just one. I can tell you more stories about people I did that to. So why not? Why not? If not now, when? If not now, when? The backyard you have there, get out there, get some tires and build it up, put it down, build up the soil inside the tires and start farming, doing something that can feed you or feed somebody else. The old car you have under the house, if you're a mechanic, get out there and try looking to see what you need to do to fix it. Maybe you can get it started again. If not now, when? When? Listen, time, when it goes, it's gone. You can't bring it back. When the time is gone, it's gone. As long as it's gone and you're still here, can you give an account for the time that went by you? Can you give an account for it? The time is gone. What did you do with the time that went by you? What have you done? Many of you are home over a month, nearly 2 months. What have you done to make your life a little better? What have you done? Think about it. That television you're watching all day, them soap operas and everything, hey, that's what they want you to do. That's what they want you to do. What does it benefit you sitting there watching those things all day long? Many of you started smoking. What in the world is a cigarette doing for you? You started drinking alcohol. Don't you not realize that your liver is in danger? When you consume alcohol, when you consume cigarettes, what about your lungs? What about your lungs and your brain and your arteries? Make